Eric Peterson with DealeRisk. Today's monthly business tip, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you need to be running driving records for each of your drivers at least annually within your company. Now, the very first one is clearly you have less accidents, right? When you're managing your drivers and you understand who they are as a driver from a driving record perspective, you can hopefully avoid hiring someone that's prone to getting in accidents. So that's the very first benefit of running your own driving records. And you can do this before you hire them, certainly, but also once a year. As people go through life changes and they have different things that happen, and they could start to develop poor driving habits as time goes on. So less accidents is number one. The second one, clearly, I kind of already mentioned it, but it helps you in that hiring decision. What it does is it allows you to understand who this individual is on paper as a driver, and then makes you, allowed to decide whether that's a risk that you want to take for your company or not. The third reason you want to run the driving records is if you do have a driving record guideline or a matrix of what's acceptable as a driving record in your company, running the driving records and talking about with your team sets that expectation for them. Then they know what they can and what they can't do from a driving record perspective to still remain a driver for your dealership. It's a very important part, setting that expectation, making sure they know about it. Obviously, if you have less claims, you have less accidents, you have better drivers, you're going to have lower insurance costs. That's ultimately what we help within the dealership industry to help dealers do, is lower their insurance through risk management. And that's a huge benefit and reason why you should be doing that. The last one, number 5 here, is probably the most important, and it's one that often gets overlooked though. And that's simply, it is your duty as the employer to make sure that you are paying attention to the driving records of your employees. If one of your employees gets in an accident and injures or kills somebody else, that attorney that family or that plaintiff is going to hire is going to attack and go after the business. And they're going to use the phrase negligent entrustment if they see that the dealership didn't do the right steps in preventing this accident from happening because of a bad driving record. They're going to say you, as a dealership owner, negligently entrusted your employee to drive for you, and now their client is injured or has been killed or whatever that is. So they're going to use the terms negligent entrustment in that lawsuit, and it's going to go much higher dollar figure, much higher award because of that. So those are the simple 5 reasons why every year you should be running your driving records within your company. There are many different ways. You can reach out to a DealeRisk team member to help you set that up. But certainly, if you start to take responsibility and ownership in managing the risk that your drivers present to your dealership, you're going to be a better, more profitable dealership. You're going to lower the injuries and claims and the accidents that happen, and you're going to have lower insurance too from that. So everybody wins when we have a more handle on the management of your drivers and the risk within your dealership. So if you have any other questions, please reach out to a DealeRisk team member today. And I appreciate you paying attention and listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.